Welcome back. I'm Rachel, and in this video we're going to go over the structure of the hamate bone. This bone is also known as the unciform bone. The hamate bone is located in the wrist of each hand. If we take a closer look at the palmar view of the right hand, we can see highlighted in red the hamate bone amongst the other carpal bones. If we look at the dorsal view of the right hand, we can see the hamate bone again highlighted in red. Now we're going to look at the different landmarks and features of this bone. Here we have the medial view and the lateral view of the right hamate bone based on the anatomical view of the hand. This bone is hook-like in shape and has 6 surfaces. The first of these surfaces is the palmar surface. This surface is found on the palmar surface of the hand and is roughened for ligament attachment. The distal end of this surface has a curved projection known as the hamulus. The second surface is the dorsal surface. This surface is also roughened for ligament attachment. The third surface is the medial surface. This surface is convex in shape in the proximal portion of the surface and is concave in the distal portion. This surface has a large facet on it for articulation with the triquetrum bone. The fourth surface is the lateral surface. This surface has a large facet on it for articulation with the capitate bone. The fifth surface is the proximal surface. This surface is only a thin region with a narrow facet on it for articulation with the lunate bone. The sixth and final surface is the distal surface. This surface is divided by a ridge splitting 2 facets, a lateral facet for articulation with the fourth metacarpal bone, and a medial facet for articulation with the fifth metacarpal bone. Let's now look at the articulations this bone has with other bones. This bone articulates with 5 other bones. The first of these articulations is with the triquetrum bone. The large facet on the medial surface of this bone articulates with the facet on the lateral surface of the triquetrum bone. The second articulation is with the lunate bone. The thin facet on the proximal surface of this bone articulates with the facet on the distal surface of the lunate bone. The third articulation is with the capitate bone. The large facet on the lateral surface of this bone articulates with the large facet on the medial surface of the capitate bone. The fourth articulation is with the fourth metacarpal bone. The lateral facet on the distal surface of this bone articulates with the base of the fourth metacarpal. The fifth and final articulation is with the fifth metacarpal bone. The medial facet on the distal surface of this bone articulates with the base of the fifth metacarpal. What about the muscles that attach to this bone? 2 muscles attach onto parts of this bone. The flexor digiti minimi brevis muscle originates from the hook of the hamate on the palmar surface of this bone. A portion of the opponens digiti minimi muscle originates from the hook of this bone. 2 muscles also attach to this bone via the pisohamate ligament. This ligament becomes a continuation of the tendon of the flexor carpi ulnaris muscle. This ligament is also where a portion of the abductor digiti minimi muscle originates. And that concludes this video on the structure of the hamate bone. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you for watching. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe and check out more of my videos.